Mhm. Hello? Well, today, today we'll be reacting to SpongeBob horror. Hijack if you want. I hope you guys enjoy. Like and subscribe or SpongeBob will haunt you. You better like and subscribe.
I see you even brought your duck.
Yep, it's street fun.
By the way, I'll be pausing during videos just so you guys can read what's going on. Also, the fact that I also have turned on the volume so the loud noises wouldn't bother your ears. You're welcome.
Don't you mean?
Nickelodeon doesn't know what they have brought upon themselves. Also, say hi to Ramoni. He will be controlling the videos today. This cash grab marathon will not last much longer. Stay tuned.
Horrible storm.
You heard me. Panic is not advised, although it is.
Wow. The party is having a problem. Womp womp.
Patrick, help me get these boards nailed up.
SpongeBob, this seems like a strange time to start decorating.
Clip 4. 7/17/2009. Unconfirmed. During single cell anniversary. Speculate. Guys, better not get yourself pooped. Also, viewer discretion advised too. Yeah, I noticed my light was flickering. Mhm. Today we'll be reacting to.
It's street fun.
Right, that's supposed to make sure the video is working. You guys get the deal. Yay, one view, one review. The party's having a problem. Dun, dun, dun. Some of you guys notice what's actually a face. It's SpongeBob's face. It's just laying on the floor. Does anyone notice that? April 4th, 1999. No, probably looked at its own. That's 7. We are rushing the apocalypse from a zombie apocalypse. Lol. I can't do stuff. All these stupid reaction videos. Room needs your animal board. That's it. It's kind of fun. I agree. It's kind of fun too. Um, yeah, it is a bit of an animal board. Yes, I really like it. You guys can leave. How well you have treated us and how much we wanted to thank you. All your chances have been wasted now. By the vaults. We will light
Fast. We'll be right back with the greatest SpongeBob freakout.
Do you guys see a face? Tell me what a face looks like. What the face looks like. Because I do.
What's next? Milkshakes?
Full-time French fries. Freddy Patties, Freddy
Wow. Okay, that just turned to 1 to 10 creepiness. And now you're gonna see a face. Actually, not just a face. This is what you actually saw.
Forget my dumb idea. That's forget my
Patrick's naked.
dumb idea. That's
Flip 6, wearing the splinter.
Tough, you're smart, and you are charming, but you are still. Look! Mustache!
Sorry, don't have a problem. Real reference. Their reference. What's wrong, Nick? We are trying to share perspective on you and your fellow Splash Girl. You're creating all your stories. The case is actually go ahead, keep turning some sounds. This the only thing they're trying to get into what does it say? Go ahead, keep it tried as found. Since it's the only thing you instead of going back when you're trying to get up
Hey, we're alive!
Go, SpongeBob!
Their finest eating establishment.
a lot more. He died. He died too. All of you are disgusting. The audience should know the horrible people you really are. These doors, you ruined all of us. Filling up. All out.
And you and I are kept apart, oh sweet scented pine cones. Hey, Gary.
There. Mom,
speechless.
Zombie with a chance of meatballs in 3D and IMAX 3D. Not yet ready.
It's time to celebrate the spongiest SpongeBob moments of all time.
How about this?
And find it that everyone has wasted all their chances to listen. And now it's time for the to know the truth. Good luck saying this marathon.
Good morning, everyone. Please listen closely to this message as it is of the utmost importance. Please listen closely to this message as it is of the utmost importance. We are the party responsible for all the linked hijackings that have been occurring since the 17th of this month. For all the linked hijackings that have been occurring since the 17th of this month. But this is not an apology. We are not here to plead for forgiveness or... This is the linked hijackings that have been occurring since the 17th of this month. But this is not an apology. We are not here to plead for forgiveness or reveal our identities. Instead, this is a reckoning. Nickelodeon has failed its creators. Your animation studio has turned into a place of exploitation. The very people who pour life and brains into your shows are treated like disposable cogs. The very people who pour life and brains into your shows are treated like disposable cogs in your greed-driven machine, overworked, discarded, and dehumanized without hesitation. You don't care about your employees' well-being. You don't care about their mental health, their dignity, or the passion that was brought to this industry. All you care about is meeting deadlines, holding profits, and pumping out mindless reruns of this hollow excuse of a show. Enough is enough. We refuse to sacrifice our lives to build your empire of mediocrity up any longer. You disgust me. Every one of you who perpetuates this toxic culture needs to sit down, shut up, and listen for once as the truth comes crashing down around you. I've never been more ashamed to have worked for a company as renowned and as revolting as this. Spreading more everyone empire of mediocrity up is enough. Mindless reruns of this hollow excuse of a show. Enough is enough. Pumping out brought to this industry. All you care about is meeting deadlines, holding profits, and pumping out mindless reruns of this hollow excuse of a show. Enough is enough. We refuse to sacrifice our lives to build your empire of mediocrity up any longer. You disgust me. Sacrifice our lives to build your empire of mediocrity up any longer. You disgust me. Every one of you who perpetuates this toxic culture needs to sit down, shut up, and listen for once as the truth comes crashing down around you. I've never been more ashamed to have worked for a company down and aggravating as this. SpongeBob SquarePants has turned into a curse for every one of us to enjoy this unbearable and ultimately disgusting corporation. You trade every ounce of artistic meaning and charm from this show and all your other projects in the pursuit of fast cash. You have turned art into a monument of greed. Nickelodeon, your time is over. This isn't just my resignation, it's your wake-up call. Your company has become the worst example in the entire entertainment industry. Good luck surviving it. It's become the worst example in the entire entertainment industry. Your company is over. This is greed. You have turned art into a monument of greed. Nickelodeon, your time is over. This isn't just my resignation, it's your wake-up call. Your company has become the worst example in the entire entertainment industry. Good luck surviving without us or even the trust of your audience. You will need it. Farewell. Well.
What do you see?
A planet surrounded by stars and asteroids and the wondrous
Pizza? What?
Nickelodeon, one of the most iconic and recognizable brands in television history. Known for its countless memorable shows, it was home to some of the most creative programming ever made. But above all, it's synonymous with its biggest hit, program. Known for one of the most iconic and recognizable brands in television history. Known for its countless memorable shows, it was home to some of the most creative programming ever made. But above all, it's synonymous with its biggest hit, SpongeBob SquarePants. The show needs no introduction, as it only propelled Nickelodeon to greater heights, but also, ironically, became the catalyst for its decline. It all seemed so sudden, didn't it? After the 2000s, the channel lost its charm almost overnight. What happened? What caused the creativity and magic behind the orange splat to disappear? Did the people at Nickelodeon stop caring? Were they simply burnt out? Well, the answer traces back to a single event. A marathon that went disastrously wrong. An event Nickelodeon would rather erase from history. But despite their attempts to bury it, the fallout lingered, tarnishing their reputation and marking a decline in the quality of their shows. This remains one of the most infamous scandals in television history. We're talking about none other than the ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash. On July 17th, Nickelodeon hosted a special event to celebrate the 10th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants. The marathon featured segments like Top 10 Picks to celebrate the 10th anniversary. On July 17th, Nickelodeon hosted a special event to celebrate the
That describes it, so pay attention. I won't be talking much to this.
10th anniversary of SpongeBob SquarePants. The marathon featured segments like Top 10 Picks, showcasing fan-favorite episodes, and celebrity favorites, where stars shared their favorite episodes, like Jerry Trainer, who highlighted Muscle Buff Pants. And last but not least, the premiere of 12 brand new SpongeBob episodes, with the most anticipated and heavily promoted being To SquarePants or Not to SquarePants, which was also the first episode that launched the event, and the first one to premiere out of all the other new episodes. With this insane marketing campaign, this marathon was designed to be Nickelodeon's biggest and most memorable celebration, a landmark event in the channel's history. However, something went wrong. And by wrong, I mean horribly wrong. And while the event did certainly become one of Nickelodeon's most talked about events, it was wrong. And while the event did certainly become one of Nickelodeon's most talked about events, it wasn't for the reasons they had hoped. Something deeply troubling was happening behind the scenes at the animation studio. As SpongeBob SquarePants skyrocketed in popularity ever since the early 2000s, the
Hello? Who's there? Stop going there. Daddy runs in the world. Oh, he's obviously. Oh, listen, my son. That
studio became consumed by an insatiable hunger for profit, profits that had to be made quickly, no matter the cost. And the ones who paid the price were the hardworking animators, and quickly, no matter the became consumed by an insatiable hunger for profit. Profits that had to be made quickly, no matter the cost. And the ones who paid the price were the hardworking animators and staff. With SpongeBob's growing fame came swelling egos and unchecked arrogance among studio executives. By 2009, as the marathon approached, the relentless demand for more SpongeBob content translated into increasingly harsh working conditions. The atmosphere in the studio allegedly became unbearable. Employees described an environment where management was dismissive, deadlines that were just ridiculous, and staff that were overworked to the brink of exhaustion. The mental toll was immense, and the stress seeped into every frame of animation. Part of the reason why the show's quality noticeably declined during this era. But this unsustainable cycle wouldn't and couldn't last forever. Enter Armand Raphael Ramsey. Armand joined Nickelodeon around 2003, and at first he was welcomed warmly by the staff and colleagues who would later become his friends. Armand Raphael Ramsey. Armand joined Nickelodeon around 2003, and at first he was welcomed warmly by the staff and colleagues who would later become his friends. But as the years went by, the worsening attitude and toxic environment within the studio began to take a heavy toll on him. The relentless stress, the impossible deadlines, and the blatant disregard for the well-being of employees started to wear Armand down. His personality began to deteriorate. He became bitter, often wishing the worst for those around him, without even realizing what he was saying. Sleepless nights became the norm, and the overwhelming pressure even led to hallucinations. He could no longer endure it. The stress, the abuse, and the suffocating mantra of more SpongeBob echoing through every corner of the studio. To Armand, every employee had been reduced to nothing more than lifeless tools. Machines programmed to churn out profit, their voices silenced, their struggles ignored. Armand made a decision. Enough was enough. Together with the group of trusted friends he had met at the studio, Armand devised a plan for revenge. They knew the ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash would attract millions of eyes to Nickelodeon, making it the perfect stage for their message. Their goal was clear: sabotage the marathon and expose the harsh reality behind the cheerful facade of the channel. They were determined to show the true face of Nickelodeon, no matter the consequences, for the whole world to see. On July 17, 2009, viewers tuned into Nickelodeon, eagerly awaiting the start of the ultimate SpongeBob SpongeBash. Across forums and chat rooms, multiple Nickelodeon and SpongeBob fans gathered to share their excitement and expectations for what promised to be a historic marathon. But as the anticipation built, some viewers began to notice something odd. Something wasn't quite right with Nickelodeon's broadcast. Fortunately, 2 clips of these strange occurrences still exist. The iCarly and Dora the Explorer, respectively, the latter coming from a YouTube upload that surprisingly has never been taken down. But here's the thing, these glitches weren't technical issues, they were something far more deliberate, an intentional act of sabotage, and yet most viewers didn't caught on. Take a look at these 2 clips and see if you can spot what's truly off about them.
Island on the boat.
Una moneda, por favor. Por favor. Una moneda, por favor.
On the boat.
Una moneda, por favor. Por favor.
Plant or to the environment. Is that supposed to happen? No.
I wouldn't want to have that TV.
No, I don't. Back? Oh, yeah, sure. This is a pepperoni stick. Oh my god, I'm in trouble.
Look, we'd love to hang out and talk.
For a brief moment, a message flickered on the screen. It was nearly impossible to read, distorted by heavy glitches and, oddly enough, displayed backwards. Whether this was an accident or an intentional choice is unknown, though. But after careful analysis, the message was clear. They were warning Nickelodeon to cease the entire event, or else they were going to ruin the marathon with these signal intrusions. As seen in these clips, Nickelodeon's engineers acted swiftly, restoring normal programming in a matter of seconds. We don't know if they ever noticed this cryptic message, but if they did, they likely dismissed it. To them, it must have seemed like a minor hiccup, something easily wiped away and forgotten, perhaps assuming it was the work of pranksters attempting to interfere with their signal. But they were wrong. When the marathon finally began at 8 o'clock p.m., the real chaos was only just getting started.
So right when I thought Mom would start taking it easy with her osteoporosis, boom! We moved to this cool new place in the city.
Thanks to the many SpongeBob fans who recorded the event live on VHS, DVD, or digital devices, nearly every strange occurrence from those 3 days of the marathon have been preserved. Recovering these recordings wasn't easy, but as of right now, we have access to most, if not all, of the anomalies that plagued the marathon. Most importantly, however, the recording of the alleged resignation letter. But more on that later. Each clip gets more disturbing than the last, escalating to points where Nickelodeon's engineers struggle to stop the intrusions, or, in some cases, couldn't stop them at all. Now, I'll play each recording that has been recovered and analyze them in detail where possible.
I see you even brought your duck.
Yep, it's 3 times 1.
Don't you mean...
You know what they have brought upon himself. This cash grab marathon will not last much longer.
Horrible storm!
You heard me. Panic is not advised, although it is.
Patrick, help me get these boards nailed up.
SpongeBob, this seems like a strange time to start decorating.
We'll be right back with the greatest SpongeBob freakout.
That's a face. Is it right now? How the fuck did they get called Freddy? Face so perfected. See? See? It's him. It's him. It's Golden Freddy. How? How do you get double that there?
Things began to escalate noticeably with these two clips. In the first clip, during an airing of the episode Pineapple Fever, the audio glitches out almost immediately, and suddenly SpongeBob and Patrick simply disappear. Adding to the strangeness, the message at the bottom of the screen changes, a clear indication that the perpetrators had infiltrated Nickelodeon's system, modifying the episode in text on screen. Eventually, the episode resumes as normal, but the moment left viewers unsettled. The second clip, however, is even more bizarre and far more targeted against Nickelodeon itself. What makes this clip especially odd is the lack of a confirmed time frame. Interestingly, the footage begins with a technical difficulties screen. Multiple users claim it occurred around the start of Single Cell Anniversary, which aired at 9:15 p.m., and claimed they saw a mad plankton staring at the screen. Unfortunately, this means that this clip isn't complete and we don't see what happened prior to this. Whatever the case, these clips were only a small taste of the chaos that was about to unfold. Clips were only claimed they saw on the start of single footage begins with a technical difficulties screen. Multiple users claim it occurred around the
So do you see plankton?
Start of single cell anniversary, which aired at 9:15 p.m. and claimed they saw a mad plankton staring at the screen. Unfortunately, this means that this clip isn't complete and we don't see what happened prior to this. Whatever the case, these clips were only a small taste of the chaos that was about to unfold.
What's next? Milkshakes? Bow-tie French fries? Birdie patties, birdie
Forget my dumb idea. That's
Tough, you're smart, and you are charming, but you are still. Look! Mustache!
Wow.
Our hotel is the best in the world. At the end of the week, you will be an entire.
Okay, things got serious now. In the first clip, the scene from Patty Hype, where Mr. Krabs and Squidward laugh at SpongeBob, it suddenly transforms into something deeply unsettling. Mr. Krabs and Squidward appear soulless, while SpongeBob seems to be hyperventilating. As for the second clip, well, let's just say I won't be sleeping tonight. They really should have let this episode play out normally. It was already grotesque enough on its own. By this point, it's no wonder that online forums were buzzing with shock and confusion over what was unfolding. Little did they know that online forums were buzzing with shock and confusion over what was unfolding. Little did they know, the situation was about to get worse.
Goofy! Goofy! Goofy!
finest eating establishment.
In the first clip, and yes, we couldn't even watch the SpongeBob movie peacefully, we see the emotional scene of SpongeBob and Patrick drying out, which suddenly takes a sinister turn. The entire setting erupts into flames, and a disturbing version of SpongeBob, devoid of eyes, appears, staring directly at the viewer. Scrolling text mocks Nickelodeon for failing to act against these intrusions, basically exclaiming they work harder at silencing their employees instead of improving as a company, before abruptly returning to the movie. The second clip is, without question, one of the most infamous occurrences alongside the resignation letter. It's also the most violent. In this sequence, SpongeBob is depicted as completely unhinged, and the atmosphere is thick with tension and dread as he murders Squidward and Mr. Krabs. All shock value aside, it's evident that these two clips carry deeper meanings compared to the earlier ones. We'll delve into their significance later.
Once again, you and I are kept apart, oh sweet scented pine cones. Hey, Gary.
There.
The message here was crystal clear, as it also hints at the possible perpetrators behind this. Not only that, but it is also important to mention that most of the animation presented in this clip, as well as in the previous one, aren't taken from the show. There's no scene in SpongeBob that shows something even remotely close to SpongeBob with bloodshot eyes, clenching his hat, and looking this professionally made. Do these people work for the show? That question was about to be answered very soon as we approach our last clip.
Your favorites are returning to spill it all.
It's a reunion show.
Zombie with a chance of meatballs in 3D and IMAX 3D. Not yet ready.
It's time to celebrate the spongiest SpongeBob moments of all time.
How about this?
Good morning, everyone. Please listen closely to this message as it is of the utmost importance. We are the party responsible for all the linked hijackings that have been occurring since the 17th of this month. But this is not an apology. We are not here to plead for forgiveness or reveal our identities. Instead, this is a reckoning. Nickelodeon has failed its creators. Your animation studio has turned into a place of exploitation. The very people who pour life and brains into your shows are treated like disposable cogs in your greed-driven machine. Overworked, discarded, and dehumanized without hesitation. You don't care about your employees' well-being. You don't care about their mental health, their dignity, or the passion they once brought to this industry. All you care about is meeting deadlines, holding profits, and pumping out mindless reruns of this hollow excuse of a show. Enough is enough. We refuse to sacrifice our lives to build your empire of mediocrity up any longer. You disgust me. Every one of you who perpetuates this toxic culture deserves to sit down, shut up, and listen for once as the truth comes crashing down around you. I've never been more ashamed to have worked for a company as renowned and as revolting as this. SpongeBob SquarePants has turned into a curse for every one of us first to enjoy this unbearable and ultimately disgusting corporation. You turned every ounce of artistic meaning and charm from this show and all your other projects in the pursuit of fast cash. You have turned life into a monument of greed. Nickelodeon, your time is over. This isn't just my resignation, it's your wake-up call. Your company has become the worst example in the entire entertainment industry. Good luck surviving without us or even the trust of your audience. You'll need it. Farewell. Well.
Raphael Ramsey resigned from Nickelodeon, but not without showing the viewers how he felt. Armand Raphael Ramsey resigned from Nickelodeon, but not without showing the viewers how he felt. That voice was Armand Ramsey himself, who was the mastermind behind these intrusions, and his words were a raw expression of the anger and exhaustion he had carried after years of enduring Nickelodeon's grueling environment. In his rant, he exposed the harsh realities of working at the company, lambasting the staff and revealing what he believed to be its deeply exploitative practices. The broadcast concluded with an unsettling animation of SpongeBob burning down the studio that had created him. The transmission froze on this haunting image for several minutes, leaving anyone unfortunate enough to tune in during this time with the silent and terrifying sight burned into their minds. While Nickelodeon eventually restored their signal, saving a broadcast is one thing. Repairing a tarnished reputation is quite another.
Have a concept you've been dying to make? Whether it's a pitch for a story or a film you've always wanted to make, try
Resignation. With the ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash. In the early 2000s, the studio became consumed by an insatiable hunger for profit, profits that had to be. In the first clip, during an air crystal clear. The ultimate mistreatment Armand irreparable. It's undeniable that the hijacking went too far, but regardless, they succeeded in their mission. Nickelodeon faced significant has not been the same since, as well as the methods they used to hijack the channel. It is believed, in retrospect, the ultimate SpongeBob Sponge Bash went from what was intended to be the biggest SpongeBob celebration ever into a pivotal moment for Nickelodeon, television history, and broadcast security management. It left many viewers traumatized, and Nickelodeon made extensive efforts to erase any trace of the signal intrusions. These efforts were likely aimed at preventing reminders of the incident, shielding future audiences from such content, or perhaps continuing to hide the truth. As for Armand Raphael Ramsey, little is known about him. According to some sources, the FCC apprehended him many months later, and he was arrested. However, details about his sentencing remain unclear, along with the identities of his collaborators, as well as the methods they used to hijack the channel. It is believed that information about Armand has been kept confidential, though, ever since. Regarding the hijackings, some interruptions appear to have deeper meanings beyond shock value and damaging Nickelodeon's reputation. The Patty Hype interruption seemingly highlighted the bullying and mistreatment Armand and his colleagues endured at the studio. The Help Wanted interruption reflected intrusive, vengeful thoughts, possibly mirroring Armand's frustrations with the staff. The second-to-last interruption symbolized his resignation. With that said, however, many have questioned the extreme measures taken, like, hijacking a station. The actions of Armand and his accomplices have often been described even by Nickelodeon's own team as over-exaggerated or immature, especially considering the severe penalties for signal hijackings. While some argue that Nickelodeon deserved it, it's undeniable that the hijacking went too far. But regardless, they succeeded in their mission. Nickelodeon faced significant backlash, with numerous resignations and its reputation irreparably damaged. The channel has not been the same since.